Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another She Says with Serena. I am still your lovely host, Serena. This morning, we are going to have a throwback Thursday. I'm going to throw back a few months ago to when non binary became all over the place. Demi Lovato came out as non binary. Some other celebrities came out as non binary. It is a term that I did not understand. It's a term that I initially struggled with. And that's what happens for some of us when society changes. When, um, because it was a confusing term to me at first. I didn't understand what the point of it was. And when society changes, we have to get used to the changes of society. We have to figure out, what these changes mean for us, how we're going to react to them, how it's going to affect, or if it's going to affect our lives. So I did a lot of reading and a lot of looking around, and mostly a lot of talking to other people about, this whole non-binary thing. And what does that even look like? So non-binary is somebody who was born either male or female. Obviously, we're all born male, female, or intersexed. So non-binary tends to be people who were born male or female who don't identify as either. They're not concerning themselves with placing a label on themselves and their gender. And that was confusing for me at first because I was like, well, all you have to do is open your pants and you can clearly see what you are. But then I started reading about the disconnect of, what's in our pants versus what's in our brain. And just because I have a vagina doesn't mean that I feel like, I'm a super girly girl or anything like that. Um, I think that for people my age group who have never been exposed to a lot of different people, the diversity in my life is very, like, I would love to have lots of diversity. But I was just joking with some girlfriends of mine last night that, I seem to always get stuck with the whiteys. It just is what it is. Um, Not that I don't love the whiteys; they're great, and the normies. Um, so with non-binary, like I really struggled at first. I was like, why is everyone talking about this? Who gives a crap? Who cares? And I would talk to my husband and be like, why do I need to change the way that I talk? If there's somebody standing in front of me that's clearly a dude, I'm going to say yes, sir. If there's somebody standing in front of me that's clearly a female, I'm going to say yes, ma'am. I'm not going to say what's your preferred pronoun. What an awkward conversation that would be when, I'm dealing with customers or something. Good morning. What's your preferred pronoun? I'm that's just silly. And then so I kept trying to figure out and struggling with, okay, how am I going to interact with non-binary people? Should I find myself needing to interact with non-binary people? And then not too long after that, I actually was in a situation where I was at an event, was running a booth, and a non-binary person, a young person, came up to the table, and they were just talking. They were like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good, sweetheart. How are you?" And they were asking a few questions about the things that we had on the table. Very sweet, very kind, and I don't know if I don't even know if that person was non-binary because I didn't ask. What I know is that this young person was cute and beautiful and respectful and talked gently. I don't know whether or not that person was a girl or a boy or someplace in between. And I found out that when I'm face to face with somebody and I can't tell if they're a girl or a boy, it doesn't really matter because they're still human and you treat them the same way you would anybody else. And which brought me great comfort because when I'm faced with societal changes, I never know. For me, society has changed a lot. I'm 45 years old, and growing up in Podunk, Virginia in the 1980s, black people and white people dating was super no, 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 no. You just don't do that. And so I started dating black dudes when after my father passed away when I was 17. And my grandmother, oh my gosh, the first time a black guy came to my house to pick me up in his vehicle, my grandmother wouldn't even let him pull onto our property. Excuse me, I'm burping in front of you. He had to park out in the street and like just stop his car out in the street, honk his horn for me to come out there because my grandmother would not allow him to get out of his vehicle and come onto our property or even to pull his vehicle into our driveway. And so that was a societal change for me and it was one that I was fine fighting for. You know, when she told me that my dad would roll over in his grave if he knew that I was dating a black man, I was just like, well, God bless them because I'm not going to stop dating the black men. It's not going to happen. And so that was a societal change that really um, it brought about a lot of hard feelings for a lot of people, I think, because there was a lot of white women like me back in the 80s who were like, we don't care what you think. We don't care what you think. We're not going to treat black people differently because you think we should. And I think, you know what's sad about that? It's not even that I think. I know that that stuff still goes on. I know that there are still teenagers in their homes right now who are having to fight their parents about having black friends or black boyfriends or black girlfriends. And how sad is that that there are still people in 2021 who don't accept that humans are humans. Um, the you know the world evolves and we change and we have new understandings of things and new acceptance of things, and we can choose to stay stagnant or we can choose to evolve with the world. I turn to my Bible. You guys know that I do. I turn to my Bible all the time, and Jesus doesn't tell me to treat people differently based on their appearance. He actually tells me the exact opposite. We are not to judge based on appearance, but on righteous judgment. And I don't know that I'm a righteous enough person to go around judging other people all the time. Not that I don't do it from time to time because I certainly do. But I certainly don't want to judge somebody based on their sexuality, their gender, their color, their religion, their age. You know, there are plenty of other things that people do that you can judge them on, and without it being something that they were just born with. That's just part of who they are as human beings. We can't control how we're born, where we're born, or who we're born to. That's just something that we have to learn to adapt to and grow to accept. You guys, I'm going to be on a different podcast this evening. So if you would like to join us over on Dravin's Den, that's Dravins, capital Den, Dravin's Den. I'll be spending this evening with an old friend of mine, and there's that doggy. um, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful Thursday. You guys stay safe. Remember that you are worthy, okay? It doesn't matter what you are, you're worthy. As long as you're human. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful Thursday. Peace.